hit the like button, you mugs.
Ozzy, I remember you were saying Nick Diaz is the GOAT because he never cheated. So do you actually think all the top guys like Mighty Mouse, Anderson Silva, and all the old champions cheated? John Jones 100% cheated.
He cheated. He cheated. He cheated. Fought 2015, that's 7 years ago. He beats me. He gets suspended for the first day. Next time, steroids. Failed. Next time, steroids. Failed. But for me, it's like, man, you did some stuff to my career that never let me settle because now I don't know. It's like, I can know through the fights that, yeah, man, maybe this dude was just better than me. But I also know that if you're not doing the things that aren't boosting you, can you really work to the level that I'm working?
I think GSP cheated.
Okay,
No.
I gotta confess, Joe. I gotta confess.
Okay.
I was so scared during this fight, so we tried to poison. I was so scared of fighting Nick Diaz, so we poisoned his IV. But he survived. So I was even more terrified. You know? So all the athletic commission was on my payroll, so they tricked away and then I made it. And it went through, so I was even more terrified. So the alien abduct me and put they put the gamma ray to increase my strength like the Hulk.
Yeah, right. Who else is there that they say is the GOAT? They say John Jones, they say GSP. Anderson Silva definitely did cheat. Anderson Silva got caught on steroids when he fought Nick. I'm trying to say people don't give Nick his credit because Nick was actually mad.
And Nick's the best fighter in the world, and there's no love for him as far as that goes too. From these fighters out here, nobody's recognizing, stepping up, and saying and recognizing and putting their recognition out there. You know, is that a word? Recognition. Sure. Recognize. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you know what I'm saying. But
Nick went on a what was it? 21 fight win streak or something like that. Like I said this already. Nick, I actually believe that Nick basically never lost. He lost to Carlos Condit, and Carlos Condit was running away the whole time.
You really thinking about retiring now?
You know, I don't need this. You know what I mean? I pushed this guy backwards all the time. He ran for me the whole fight.
He lost to GSP, and I actually think that GSP did actually drug Nick Diaz.
They poisoned my IV with some kind of weird ass drug. Put me to sleep. I never slept more than 5 hours in it. I had 37 fights, 35 over 17 years. I never slept more than 5 or 6 hours a night. You have a fight tomorrow. I slept 14 hours. I'm like, what'd you put in my IV, dude?
So
I never had nothing but clear IV. I was flat on the way out. I was like, man, I'm in the best shape of my life.
That's strange.
Yeah, everything was strange.
So it's like a conspiracy. These guys are really out to get...
Yeah, but you know what, though? I don't, you know...
Do you think your brother should fight him
no disrespect.
to make amends? Do you think your brother should fight him
no disrespect.
to make amends?
I actually believe that, yeah, even though you could... what else? Like, who else did he lose to? He lost to, like, KJ Noons, and that was fake.
Does that knee perfectly as Diaz dives in for that double leg.
That's over.
The fight has been stopped. Dr. Robert Williams, who was looking closely at the cuts over Nick Diaz's left eye and the bridge of his nose, has deemed Nick Diaz unable to continue. Nick Diaz not happy with the decision. KJ Noons is your new Elite XC 160-pound world champion.
The doctor stopped it like a retard. When he lost to Robbie Lawler the second time, that was out of prime. He was out of his prime. He was old, so that doesn't even count.
Fighting with more confidence than we've seen in a long time.
a nice start there.
And say all of Nick's opponents, all of his opponents were on steroids, yeah.
Everybody's on steroids.
And then Nick smokes weed, and they ban him for 5 years. Yeah, right. Should I show you, man, the best video ever, lads? Let me show you guys the best video ever in.
Thanks. Thanks for the time, man.
Yeah. Leaving, but for my little brother.
He almost cries in this bit, which is actually too crazy.
Nick, do you see something very wrong with Anderson Silva getting a 1-year suspension and you getting a 5-year suspension?
Look at that, bro. Look at what they just said. Do you know how much of a piss? Do you know how flipping stupid that is? I was in London today and I saw Ozzy pressing game on Ice Spice.
But I don't sleep enough without you.
Tell her to come take my penis in it. But look at this. They're saying they gave Anderson Silva a 1-year suspension for steroids, and they gave Nick 5 at the same time they did that. They did that on the same flipping. You know what I'm trying to say? How the fuck does that? That's how you know USADA definitely had something against Nick. How can, but they gave him 5 years, yeah, and they're trying to say it's because he smoked, because apparently he's smoking weed, but it's bullshit. Realistically, why they banned him for 5 years is because he's so real, yeah, because he's so real, like for example here, he's literally telling everyone that everyone in the company is on steroids, all the fighters are on steroids. The majority of people wouldn't even say that. They'll just keep quiet and they wouldn't tell no one because it makes the UFC look bad. This guy doesn't give a shit. He will just tell you whatever you want to hear. Like, he doesn't help the company out. He just says whatever. He just says the truth. That's why they banned him for 5 years, because he doesn't fucking. Yeah, what I mean?
That's ridiculous. I never did steroids in my life. That's another thing I'll tell you right now. I know all the fighters, and they're all on steroids. All you motherfuckers are on steroids. All you motherfuckers, all you're on steroids. I already know that. Everybody knows that. I'm the only person in this sport, for the most part, that ain't on steroids. Now there's new rules in effect. Yeah, you got guys that they're not on steroids right now, but they used to be. They've always been on steroids. I don't do steroids. I don't break the rules. You know, and the rules and I didn't break the rules now. I tested under, and my old.
That's even. Look at them. They're taking the piss. One of my favorite fighters of all time, realest guy, 100%. But look at this. This literally proves to you that he's the GOAT. Because he's telling you everyone's on steroids, and he's telling you he's never done steroids in his whole life. So that means he's fucking fighting. Every time he's fought, he's been at a disadvantage, and he's still winning. You know what I mean? So that's even harder. That's even harder for you to not do steroids and still win. So does that not make his career like 10 times more impressive than what it already was? It was already very impressive, and now it's like 10 times more impressive because he ain't even cheating. He ain't even cheating, and all these men are cheating. So how can you tell me my man's? This is what I'm trying to say to you. What I'm saying, yeah, it probably sounds weird, and it sounds like it probably sounds like a very weird opinion that I'm giving you. But how can you tell me that he's not the GOAT if he never took steroids the whole time and he's fighting everyone that's on steroids? But you guys, you get what I'm trying to say? Like that just makes his whole career like even way more impressive than what it's already very impressive. And also his style as well. And his style is so sick as well. He always comes forward and it's always action all the time. When he fought GSP just laid on top of him and controlled him on the ground. So even GSP, his style is shit as well. He won all his fights, yeah, but like his style doesn't compare to Nick's style either. Nick's style is 10 times better than GSP's style as well. So that's another reason why he's better.
Tests were, I'm pretty sure that they were under the new limits too.
And look at what he's saying here. He's saying he didn't even flipping cheat. He's saying that there's a limit in it. He's saying there's a limit. If you go over that limit, then that means that you've smoked like too much weed. And he didn't even go over the limit, and they still banned him. If everyone's on steroids, isn't John Jones still better than most fighters? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess that's all I got for you. But did anybody have a question? Anybody want a question?
What a bloody legend, mate. Did all of that he did, yeah, all natural. No, my man, literally, yeah, all natural. Everything that he did.
Yo, I ain't been like that cause I live man's driving with a fib like that. Chat shit but I ain't been like that. Chillin' gym man's back cause I win that clash. Stacking cash so high, my track get slapped. My man don't react to chat, and that's no lie. No point chatting back, I slack no time. Yo, I ain't been like